All right. Well, first off, how's things going? It's been kind of a weird, I guess, 18 months, but how have you stayed positive through everything?
Yeah, it's been a crazy 18 months. It's, honestly, time has flown by. I definitely left college with the mindset that, I was going to hit the ground running, head overseas to play basketball. And of course, that was shot down a couple times with COVID. So I just kept mentally strong. And I found actually, I moved down to Salt Lake City and I found a great group of women who some had played just college ball. Many had actually played professional. They were, moms of teenagers, college players, and also like some college students and college coaches that I got to play with. So that's kind of what kept me in the state for the longest of time. And then when I moved up to Helena in January, I kind of had the mindset that I wasn't going to play for a little bit. So I switched training methods, started training for a triathlon, competed in a triathlon in June and July, and then switched back to, June, May and June, and then switched back to basketball training in June when I found out I was going to go play. So that's kind of how I kept my, conditioning and everything was just staying strong.
Okay, hold on. You did a triathlon?
Yeah, I did.
So what is that? Okay, so how many? So it's running, biking, and swimming. So what are the mileage? Is it a marathon for the triathlon?
Yeah, so I did a sprint triathlon in Helena, and that is you swim about half a mile, you run or you bike about 12 miles, and then run about 3 miles. So
Okay.
then I did an Olympic triathlon in Bozeman, which is just double those distance, swim for a mile, bike for 24, and run for 6.8 or something like that. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
I don't know if fun, Lizzie, is the word that I would use.
I
Crazy,
I tell you
maybe.
what, I woke up the morning of the my Olympic triathlon thinking I wouldn't have moved from Salt Lake. I wouldn't be sitting here about to go do this. But I finished and I was ready for another one.
Well, that is awesome. Congratulations on finishing. I can't swim, so I could never do a triathlon.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that part, but I made it
So,
through.
was it the one at Spring Meadow here in Helena?
Yep.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. That's a fun one, I guess. People say, but
Yeah.
congratulations on that. That's really cool.
Well,
Um,
thank you.
so, what were you doing in Helena? Working for the state?
Yes, I worked for the governor's office. Came in as constituent services or citizens advocate, and
Nice.
then I transferred over pretty quick to policy assistant, and I was policy advisor for transportation and agriculture for the governor.
Oh, very cool. He's a good dude. I had dinner with him and his wife a few weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an amazing opportunity and definitely a very hard decision between following a lifelong dream of playing basketball or following into political footsteps. So,
Is
very
is
tough decision.
is poli sci kind of what you're going for when you're done playing?
Yeah, I think so. I would like to. I'm thinking about going to law school once I'm done. That's still up in the air a little bit, but somehow become congressman and maybe one day I've said it before, so I'm not afraid to say it again. One day become the president, right? You gotta
Hey,
shoot big.
I'd vote for you. Let me put it that way.
Well, thank you.
um, over a lot of politicians out there right now. We're talking
uh,
with Lizzy Klinker on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, former Fairfield and Idaho standout. Tell me how the Germany contract came about, because when I talked to Mackenzie Johnston, who we'll talk about more in a second, but originally it was Australia, then that fell through, and then Germany. So was it kind of the same situation that you went through?
yeah. So during last fall, I got a few, opportunities. Never signed a contract. It was quite literally every time. 3 days after my agent said a team was interested, the country shut down because of COVID, and it was three different opportunities, and every time it was shocking that every time, like 3 days later, it shut down. And then the first day at the governor's office, I had an offer to go to Iceland, and I told my agent, I said, I don't even want to know. I gave these guys my word that I'd be here. Um, and then a little bit later, so I told her, I said, I'm going to take my name off of active for a little bit. And so I was not active on her website for a couple of months. And then I said, I think I got to pursue it again. And then one day she just called me up and said, I have a team in Germany who's really interested and would love to talk to you. So pretty cool.
That is very cool. So 3 times you were ready to go overseas and the city shuts down or the country shuts down. I think they just knew how good you were and were like, yeah, we can't bring her in.
Oh, not quite. I mean, it was just like I didn't even have a contract in hand or anything like that. It was just like I was just about geared up to talk to a coach, and then bang, touchdown. So, yeah.
Well, this is cool. So you get to you are going to play with Mackenzie Johnston, who you've known forever. You guys were rivals, you're friends. Now you get to be on the same team. How does she make you better?
Yeah. I believe that we have I think we have similar ways of play, and just how hard she works. Playing against her, I believe, makes you a better player because, iron sharpens iron, right? So she's a hardworking, competitive athlete who's willing to do anything to win. And I don't know if you know, but we played together when we were younger with AAU. So I was able to experience that firsthand. And just playing against her in her Montana jersey, and I was in a different state jersey, just kind of gave me a little bit more momentum to go out there and play hard. So she's just a fun player to play against. She's not lippy and not doesn't do any cheap moves. She just is like a solid player, and I think that that's gonna emphasize on both of our plays over in Germany.
Did you say she wasn't lippy?
Like some players are
she
a little.
She doesn't talk trash.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
She lets her game speak for it. Lippy. I've never heard it that way, but that's great.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you compliment her then?
Interesting. I would hope to do the same, work hard. She's an amazing point guard, and I'm excited to hopefully accentuate that with running the floor and, getting her the ball and then, hopefully getting back and scoring and, just kind of bouncing that off, having a great point guard, and I'll be the wing guard. So hopefully we can cross that together and just work hard and bring that Montana toughness to a different country.
Well, I was just going to say that, and I told her this last week, is foreign teams are allowed 2 Americans. How cool is it that both on this team, Bad Homburg, are from Montana? I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah. And from small town Montana, not even like, Bozeman or Kalispell or it's Helena and Fairfield.
Yeah. It's not Great Falls or Billings. It's
right.
When we think of big towns, we don't think of, we think of Munich and Boston. We don't think of Kalispell.
Yeah.
How weird is it going to be to not have your sister though?
It'd be pretty weird. I actually just said goodbye to her yesterday, and it was tough not to cry a little bit. It'll be tough, but also it's exciting. We were great compliments to each other, but I saw how she just shined last year with her last year at Idaho, and I'm excited to do the same thing.
Talking with Lizzy Klinker, the former Fairfield and Idaho standout. You guys won a Big Sky title together. I think that was the year that MSU went in top and you guys knocked them off in the semis or in the championship?
So we never won a conference, like a tournament championship when I was at
regular season title. Yeah.
Yep, regular season. Yep. So that was when Montana State top, and
Okay. What was your favorite gym to play in the Big Sky? Not at home though.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. I always enjoyed playing at Montana State. I can't pick that's a tough one to pick between those two because we grew up, Bobcat fans. I always wanted to be a Bobcat growing up. And then my older sister played for the Grizz, and they both felt like a home away from home. But it would be tough to pick between those two. But
why didn't you?
State of Montana.
Why didn't you go to Bozeman?
Just wasn't recruited really, and same with Montana. So, yep.
Man, they both missed out.
Well, thanks, but yeah, it was a great opportunity to go and grow as a person. Though
Sure.
I would not have traded my journey through Utah State and Idaho for anything.
So which which gym in the Big Sky was the worst, and probably not Sacramento State is on that list, or maybe it is.
Dang, yeah, I was going to say Sacramento State. That one's a tough one. Um, and then Northern Colorado is always a little bit of an interesting one. These are tough questions.
Well, that's what I do, Lizzy.
Make me think.
Yeah, but you're smarter than I am, so.
No.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, maybe Northern Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite gym to play in high school, not home.
Not at home. Let's see. Shoto was always a cool gym, and that was a big rivalry.
Sure.
So, I'd probably say Shoto was probably one of the cooler gyms, and they have a really cool arena, anyways. Not arena, but a gym, I should say.
What was the best rivalry that you got to be a part of?
The best rivalry.
Whether high school or college.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I always felt a strong rivalry with Montana at Idaho, and that was a cool experience. We did go back and forth, and I always felt like we had some good games. And then also, in high school, that you can't beat the Fairfield-Shoto rivalry. It was just like you could cut the tension in the gym with a knife, it felt like.
Were you on the 120 straight win team?
Yeah, I don't 100% claim that because I did transfer out for 2 years. I transferred to Great Falls High.
Right.
So I don't claim that, but I was on the team who lost it. So, and I was leading that team. So I kind of claim that we lost it.
Yeah.
But it takes everyone to make it. But
that was a heck of a run.
Yeah, that was an amazing run, and all the players that made it through there.
Oh.
I can tell you what, Gordon's an amazing coach and a tough one too. So
was it Jerry at Great Falls High? Is that who your coach was?
No, it was Mr. Dart.
Oh, Greg was still
Greg
there.
Dart.
Okay. He's a pretty good coach too.
He was a great coach. Yep, I think we made it to state, and I think that was a pretty big milestone and had winning seasons those 2 years. So he was a great coach as well.
Who else was on those teams?
Who else was on those teams? So when I was at Great Falls High, like Callie Remsen and Kelsey Devlin, and those are like my seniors. And then like Taylor Tom, Nora Click, the Fott sisters, Mercedes Bergeau, Markayla Francis. That was the group of girls that was on.
That was a pretty loaded team.
Yeah, Hannah Collins, my little sister.
Hannah was great too. Oh.
Yeah, from freshman to senior, they were great teams.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, favorite teammate you ever got to play with that wasn't a sister?
Oh my goodness, you're taking all my good answers.
I know the easy ones. I like to play in Moscow. I like to play at Fairfield. Like you got to give me the tough ones here.
Yeah, that wasn't my sister. Wasn't a sister. Yeah, I got to play with both of them.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, there's too many to count. Like in the moment, you might not realize what you had until it was gone. You know what I mean? So, but a team. If I could give a whole team, if I could choose a whole team again and again, I'd pick my senior team. My last year, Idaho. I would, literally die for all those girls. And so if I can't pick a single player, I'd have to pick the whole team.
Okay. I'll let you say that. That's fine.
Sorry. I need to go back and listen to Mackenzie's to see what she answered.
I don't think I asked her that. So
okay.
I did ask her who was the most athletic in the family.
Oh.
And she said it was her, but Parker was getting up there, but Jordy took a little bit of offense to it. So who's the most athletic in your family?
I think we all have our strengths.
Oh, man, you are going to be a great political person one day.
Thank you. Yeah.
You've got the PC answers down. I love it.
Well, thank you. I mean, my brother's a rodeo athlete, so he kicks our butt and all that. I think my sister's the best shot, and Nat, she could flat out flatten me if she wanted to. So I could run around the mall, but
Let's see here. Okay, so what are you looking forward to the most food-wise when you get to Germany?
food-wise,
Okay.
I guess, one of those really cool big pretzels. I'm not a big pretzel gal, but I think I could get down with a big pretzel,
Okay.
like at
Um,
Oktoberfest or something.
Speaking of Oktoberfest, or do you like warm beer?
No, I think beer is awful.
Well, you're gonna have to get used to it.
I think so. That's what I've heard.
That's what they say anyway. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see here. Okay, I got to go back to a headline from
Okay.
Idaho, and I'm sure
hmm
you heard about it, but it was Klinker sisters have double D's.
I was thinking that's what you were going to say, but I didn't want to bring it up.
um, that's a. How do you not correct that?
We've all wondered the exact same thing.
Now we all know what it
Yeah.
means. I mean, we all know it's a double double, but come on. That's
Yeah. It made like Barstool Sports, and like my dad even tweeted and said that's a first for our family, and it went, it got a lot of publicity. So I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, we were just shocked when we saw that.
I mean, did the guy that wrote the article ever like apologize? I mean, this was from Lewiston, from the Lewiston Tribune. So did they
Yeah.
ever talk to you about it?
Nope.
Okay.
We never heard a thing.
So Nat had 17 and 11 in that game. You had 13 and 13, and also 3 block shots.
hmm
Nice.
Yep.
That's getting the job done, and a win over the Grizz, which is always good.
It was just icing on the cake. And I remember that game. We had to grind out that game.
But you were up 6 at the half, I think, and then won 52-51, I think, is what the final was?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Yep.
Um,
Something like that.
was basketball it? I mean, you mentioned your brother doing rodeo. Was that something you ever thought of? Or did you growing up?
No, we never really did that growing up. We were pretty basketball oriented. I also was very big into track, and always kind of thought about doing track in the spring semester during college, but my body was always pretty worn down, so I never got to complete that dream. So that's why that's in the triathlon realm. But yep, otherwise it was just basketball.
Okay. I got a couple final ones for Lizzy Klinker here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Have you reached out to anybody else that has played overseas, like a Fallon Frigi from MSU, who I'm sure you battled with while she was at North Dakota and MSU, or any of those girls that have gone overseas?
So I reached out to Peyton Ferris
Okay.
right when I was about to, or before my final buzzer, I had a few organizations reaching out to me about playing, and I didn't think, I could communicate with them. So I just reached out to Peyton, and she was amazing because my older sister played with her, and so we've had a great connection there. And throughout my experience this past 18 months, I've talked to her a few times. And then also an old teammate at Utah State, I talked to her. She went and actually played, Haley Bassett, she went and played with Fallon Frigi over in Sweden. And she came back shortly thereafter, which is a little bit of a different experience that ultimately led her not to go back and just start a coaching career. So I've talked to a few people, but I haven't reached out to Fallon directly or many others.
Well, so Fallon was in Germany last year and everything was shut down. So hopefully you guys get to like hang out with, Mackenzie, and you guys can all, have some fun and explore the country together for the first time, since hopefully it'll be open by the time you get there.
Yeah,
or stay
hopefully.
open.
Yeah, I remember asking the coach earlier in August, like, what are the restrictions? And he said, nothing right now. Wait till later. And I feel like I jinxed it because about 2 weeks later,
Oh, geez.
then some restrictions started popping up. So, but
Well, it's not something we haven't dealt with, so you'll be fine over there.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to let you roll. I appreciate it. Stay in touch, though, because I'd like to. I'm going to follow the season over there. Bad Homburg is the team. And do you know German?
I don't. Nope. So I just better learn it.
Man, you and Kinsey walking the streets over there in Hamburg are going to be fun. What do we say? Do you guys eat? Do you have one of those translators on your phone?
Yep. Yeah, or just like Google Translate. Yeah.
Yep. All right. And you've been, so 9 is 9, right?
No, yeah, nine's no.
No, yeah. No, right. Yes. So 9 is no. I think that's about all
Yep.
I know.
Yeah, I know hello is hello. It's just like HA instead of HE.
Okay.
Got those two down.
Wiener Schnitzel. Um, that's all
What
I
is
got.
that?
I'm just making stuff up here as we go. Hey,
Well, maybe when we talk again, I'll give you a few more pointers.
I like that. I like that. Hey, good luck over there. Safe travels. You leave Monday too?
I do. Yep.
Okay. That's my birthday, so safe travels on my
Oh,
birthday.
well, excellent. Well, happy early birthday.
Hey, thank you. And you, because yours is what, September something?
Yep,
Okay.
September 19th. So
Perfect.
I'm to celebrate over there.
There you go. You'll have fun with a warm beer and a good friend in Kinsey.
Amen. Cheers to that.
Hey, safe travels. Like I said, good luck, and we'll talk soon.
Well, thank you. Thanks for the time.